I'm Sean Spencer.
Back.
We are back.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen.
I gotta go out and hold up.
Come on. The lion. The lion. You need to fight. Kirk Cousins.
All right. I am Janae Struther.
I am Sean Spencer.
And this is Let's Talk Football.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, Sean Spencer, one half of that dynamic duo that's Let's Talk Football. And if you don't know,
now you know.
Banner. Football is back, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm not alone. I'm never alone. I got my guys with me. You see Mr. Canada. You see my guy over here, Mr. Atlanta Falcons himself, Kyle Yacey. What up, Kyle?
I'm the Falcon that rose from the ashes in Canada.
Yes.
And I've heard of this sport called football. What is this football? I've never heard of it ever before. But I met this guy, this beauty, this legend, the commander of sorts, Mr. Sean Spencer.
Yes. Yeah, buddy. What's up, Kyle? How you been, man?
Man, just starting the new job, kind of seeing how it's going, trying to get my my bearings in a row, and getting excited for the football season, obviously. But it's been a lot of work lately, So it's nice to get some relaxation now, finally in. So
absolutely. Like I was telling you, my fiance just got back from vacation, and she's laying around hanging out, and I'm like, still working. We still got to put food on the table, so we're still going through. But today is the day that we've been hoping for, we've been dreaming for. Football is finally back. And I know some people are going to say it's the Hall of Fame game. Who's really watching this? I am, ladies and gentlemen. I have it on in front of me right now. Las Vegas is up 20-0 over the Jaguars. Now, we know that a lot of the starters, Devontae Adams, they're not in. Etienne, Trevor Lawrence, those type of guys, but still, it's back though.
Yep. You know what? It's tough. Jacksonville, them alone, right? Like it's not a shock that they're not going to play a lot of the starters right now. Honestly, I do think they're going to have a pretty good team this year, and they're going to be one of those teams where you don't really expect what they're going to do. So it would have been nice to see what's going to happen in the preseason if they played some of their starters, but I didn't see it happening. So that's I guess we'll have to wait until week 1 to see what they're really all about.
Oh yeah, and I'm excited to see what they what they do now. Week 1, unfortunately, they're going to take that L because they do play the Commanders, absolutely. So we're hoping for that. But look, Trevor Lawrence, year 2, Etienne finally getting back. The most slept-on running back in the league was James Robinson, who has been balling out the last couple of years. I'm eager to see what they do. They've also got another number of other pieces. So I'm excited. It's going to be interesting. But real quick, ladies and gentlemen, we do want to address something really quick. Not too long ago, the commentator, the legend, Vin Scully passed away. We want to say RIP. For those of you that don't know, he was the Dodgers commentator. He used to call all their games. But one of the things that he is almost also very famous for, and since we're a football show, the catch. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, is when Joe Montana rolled out in the 1981 championship against America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, and hit Dwight Clark and a fingertip catch in the back of the end zone. Right, and to get on to Super Bowl 16 and play the Bengals, it was amazing. It was an iconic play, one of the first memories I ever heard about, and he was the one who called it. So we definitely want to shout out him, his family, his relatives, all those that are going through or whatever. And this is a big loss in the sports community. So what we're going to do is just try to pay homage by respecting this, commentating, talking about the sport we love, and bringing this to you. So R.I.P. Vin Scully, man. You will be missed.
Rest in peace, sir.
Yeah, buddy. But look, like I said before, the Hall of Fame game is here. and we're not the only ones who are excited about this. I'm going to bring in the Walsh brothers, Dylan and Colin Walsh. What's going on, guys? How are we feeling?
Good. Watching the Hall of Fame game as well. Yeah.
Right. So,
The Jaguars quarterback knew just threw a no-look interception, but the Raiders player dropped it.
That's how the Jaguars season is going to go this year. It's no-look interception.
wait, all right. So, all right, we know the starters aren't in the game, okay? And Colin, I'm coming to you first. We know the starters aren't in. Etienne's not in. You're not getting to see Trevor Lawrence, okay? But they still are playing football. So, what have you seen? Because I haven't been able to see the game thus far.
Well, it wouldn't be an NFL season without some really bad penalties. First play from scrimmage of the preseason, we get Trayvon Walker, the number 1 overall pick, getting a weird roughing the passer penalty when he kind of his arm came in as he was throwing.
He got it for tipping the ball. He tipped the ball and they called it roughing the passer.
I don't understand, man.
Yeah.
I don't.
The best part was he tipped the ball and it was still caught by a different Raiders player that was just right there.
He was too aggressive. Too aggressive. It's supposed to be a friendly game. It's supposed to be a friendly game.
Craziness. But look, you talked about Dylan. You talked about the no look pass, and we know this ain't the studs. This is not the guys that we really come to see. It's not what you're gonna see.
Luton.
Right. You know what I mean? So what can we expect for a game like today?
This is all about late round rookies, I would say, are the ones, because every year in preseason you'll just have one of the rookies just ball out. I remember Dak Prescott one year. So that's what you're really looking for. It's just one rookie all the time will just be there and become amazing. Get a starting job right away.
Oh yeah. No.
Well, that's kind of why I was hoping Etienne was going to play. I kind of want to see what he's actually going to do, right? Nobody really knows how he's going to produce.
Injuries don't play.
But to your point, Kyle, that's the thing that he was out all year last year. So it's kind of are you still hurt? What's going on?
Yeah, I agree. I would have played him today. I wanted to see what he would do. I know they don't want to risk him getting injured, but at the same time, wasn't he in the same draft as Najee, right? That was the same year.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Only 2 running backs picked in the first round.
Yeah,
very next pick after Najee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So who knows? Maybe Etienne is superior than Najee. We don't know. We don't know.
No.
It's far out. I'm just saying, but
no.
Those are fighting words for the Steeler down here. For the Steeler.
Oh
no.
I feel like Etienne though is just such an Urban Meyer pick.
Right. Another Steeler. Right.
Oh great.
So all right. Colin, coming back to you. What should we look forward to the rest of this game? Is it gonna be anything to really turn on?
The punting.
I want you to tell the people why should I tune in to the second half of the Hall of Fame game.
All right. If you want to see some really fun backyard football, preseason games are always the place to watch it because the players have almost no idea what's going on. They're just happy to be out in the field for once in their life, and it's just fun to see what happens.
Oh, they're having fun. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You can see Trayvon Walker, the should have not been number 1 overall pick, play the game. Devin Lloyd is out there. He's pretty good.
Is Devin Lloyd out there?
The Raiders don't have any first round or second round picks out there because they're with the Packers because they gave him some scrub named Devontae Adams.
Oh my god. There we go.
Devin Lloyd's not out there. He's a hamstring injury.
Again?
What? No, he's just still out from his hamstring injury.
Good.
Oh,
That happened a week ago. So
yeah, it's you get to watch the rookies. You get to watch some of the backups play. You get to see. Do we see Christian Kirk, the guy who broke the free agent market?
We did see Josh Jacobs though, because the one thing the Raiders don't care about is the running backs. Apparently, they just threw him right out there. Hunter Renfro's sitting, Derek Carr is sitting, Devontae Adams is sitting, Darren Waller is sitting. All the starters are sitting on the O line, but Josh Jacobs is out there.
That's good. Jacobs is on my team. I need him to play. He needs to warm up. He needs to warm up.
Get as much work as you can, Josh.
Yeah. He needs to get limber.
I love it. But look, hey guys. Let's Talk Football is a big family. We got people with us, man, and people that are definitely probably excited about this, just like us, and watching the game. Going to bring in another Canadian.
Oh my
Andrew
God.
Gobert. What up, Andrew?
Whoa, what is going on? How y'all doing tonight?
That's a little mellow for your entrance. What's going on?
Me? What are you talking about, man? NSD's got many different types of entrances. You see, I can like pop out of nowhere now. I come in like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I got many different things I can do. So how we all doing tonight?
Oh, doing well. Doing well. Hey, football's
Yes.
back, baby. We're back.
Football.
Let's go. Let's go.
How's
Yo,
this game been? Isn't this game fun?
yeah, great. 20-0.
Jaguars are awful.
They're
Who
having
thought?
fun. That's what's important.
Yeah, right. Everybody love everybody. Look, the Jags,
Yeah.
yes, they look bad. And again, I haven't been able to see most of the first half. I've seen like this last couple drives. Andrew, what are, if anything, have you seen from maybe the rookies? Maybe has anybody kind of crossed your face like, ooh, I like this guy. I didn't know who he was. Like, what are your thoughts?
It might take me a couple more weeks just to be like dead set on any of these guys. But I mean, it is interesting to see that Josh Jacobs is actually out there, was actually getting some reps there tonight. Was wondering what the heck is kind of up with that. I mean, they got a lot of running backs. Abdullah got some carries there. Zamir White's looking pretty nice. And to answer your question, I guess for the rookies, Zamir would probably be the one that I'm more interested in here. He's the one that's looking. I mean, they didn't give the fifth-year option to Josh Jacobs for a reason. So obviously they're looking to maybe get away from him, and they got their successor in house, or they're just going to use him as trade bait, or maybe just get one full year in it and then see what they can do with some other running backs next year. But it's just very interesting to see why Josh Jacobs is out there right now. I was not understanding that one at all.
He's practice. That's it. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it. It's fine. Dynasty life is fine.
I got him off of all of my.
Let him get going early.
He's gone. So
we can move on to the next topic. It's okay.
Let him keep going. On the last play, he gets hurt. He's out for the season. I'm sorry. Right. But yo, look, we know. So it is the Hall of Fame game, but as a part of the Hall of Fame game, they're there at the Hall of Fame, at the actual Hall of Fame, and at that stadium to honor the 2021 the new inductees. Shout out to the Hall of Famers. We got Tony Baselli, the Jaguars great. Cliff Branch, Mr. Go Deep himself for the Raiders. Dick Vermeil, who finally got his chip, Mr. Emotional, that was my guy. And he did it with Mr. Kurt Warner. Leroy Butler. One of those first big safeties that would come from the safety position and be just like a linebacker right on that line. Sam Mills, one of the greatest linebackers, but since his size is very underrated, Mr. Richard Seymour of the Patriots and of the Raiders, Bryant Young of the 49ers, and Mr. Art McNally, a contributor to the game. Kyle, I'm coming to you first.
Yeah, man.
Who jumps off the page? Who is the one that you're looking at? That
Leroy Butler, 100%. Do you know why Leroy Butler? Do you know what ended his career?
No, why?
Do you know why? His career ended tackling an Atlanta Falcons running back, Marquise. I forgot his last name, but that's what stopped Mr. Butler.
Oh, okay. So that's why I thought you got the connection.
Yeah. He hit a wall.
Yeah. He hit that Falcon, so he couldn't do it anymore. I get it. Oh, I absolutely get it. And, hey, I'm coming to you, Dylan, man. I know these guys are all before your time, but you're a historian. You love this game. Who do you like on this list?
I'll say Tony Baselli, he's the first ever Jaguars pick when they came in, and now he's the first ever Jaguars Hall of Famer, finally. So now that leaves only the Texans without a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
And no, they got like Keenan McCardell, Jimmy Smith that could make it, MJD, Maurice Jones-Drew. So they got
Texans
players
get
coming
Andre
up.
Johnson in.
I wonder if MJD, did he have enough years under his belt to?
I think he did. He had a couple years where he was just so dominant.
Yeah.
But I don't know how many it was because that was like just before my time. I think it was like 2006, 2010. He was amazing.
I remember when
there.
Maurice Jones-Drew was good.
Yeah, I mean, he was always a top running back in the league. It's interesting. It's interesting to see. But yeah, no, I get that. Tony Baselli, yeah, he definitely was a pillar in that on that offensive line. Andrew, I'm coming to you next.
Yes, sir.
There's many guys on this list, and we know you being a Buccaneer, we know your quarterback. He's got some familiar names on this list. Seymour, you know, he's played a lot with Brady. We got a Steelers fan next to you. I'm just gonna let you know that right now.
Like this guy that's puking right now.
Oh
is a
yeah,
Steelers
oh yeah.
fan?
He's a
I feel that
Steelers
way
fan.
about the Buccaneers too. It's okay.
The guy who currently has this guy's currently got 3 starting quarterbacks that Kyle Trask could take his job, and he wants to start puking at my team. Like, what's he talking about?
Bang bang, bang bang.
Cal Trask.
Hold on. Just wait. Did you guys just hear that? Oh wait, the Bucs just signed 5 more wide receivers that are going to sit on the bench.
Dang right.
No, and they're all gonna get injured before week 3.
Julio.
Which is quite possible, but we still signed them. We sell some jerseys.
Let's go.
Yeah, no, I'm a Richard
Let's
Seymour
try to
fan.
find Ryan Jensen somewhere. Where?
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, he
And,
gone.
and just
Oh, he
The
gone.
season is back, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, let me try and get my hand to be the size of Kenny Pickett's here real quick. Let's try and
Kenny Pickett can throw more than 20 yards.
Wow.
I mean, Najee Harris is going to be the backbone of that offense, and we all cannot sit here and even try
Yeah,
to make
sure.
fun of
George
Najee
Pickens.
Harris.
Have you seen George
Oh.
Pickens?
Buddy,
Yeah.
we've
Yeah.
seen George Pickens.
And he's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
start a fight before week 2.
Let's
Colin.
go!
Colin, you know what I did here though, or actually I saw. I forecasted it. You ready? Oh my God, Steelers finished behind the Browns even without Deshaun Watson.
Oh,
Very
What's going
possible.
on?
Hey.
Talking Falcons are revving up the tank so loud you mistake them for the German
That's
army.
okay.
That's how
I
bad.
know that.
Bryce
You're
Young.
not.
wait. Time out. Bro, Andrew, tell us. Yo,
Where are we?
who is your Yo, tell us, man, who stands out on this list? They're all studs, obviously, but who strikes your attention? Who gets your attention?
I mean, obviously it's Richard Seymour. It's not just because of the whole, Brady aspect, but kind of off of this is a little bit of a shot to the Hall of Fame committee for not having Mr. Rondé Barber on the list.
Who's that?
Just saying.
The
That's
Bucs.
just me as a bit of a biased Buccaneers fan myself, obviously. But yeah, no, Richard Seymour, guy that literally, they were talking about it on the TV there not too long ago. 1 sack in college and goes on to have the incredible career that he had there with the New England Patriots. What an incredible stat line that you could have asked for. So I would go with Richard Seymour for sure.
Absolutely. And I know one of the things Belichick said was he was one of the most coachable players.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and that's a lesson to all y'all kids. Kids, all right, be coachable, all right, be coachable. Unless you're a Steeler. So coming to my Steeler
I don't know
down here.
one Steeler player that was ever coachable.
Not the receiver.
6 Super Bowls.
Coming to wow.
All before you were
What
born,
about-
except for one.
I got 0.
2 of them. I was born for 2 of them, dude.
0.
All right, yo, Colin, who's on this list? Who jumps out at you
All right.
on this list, man?
He was the coach of the St. Louis Rams. I remember that he was the coach way before my time, but I remember that watching I used to watch old football games on YouTube when I'm sitting in class, not doing anything. I watch old football games on YouTube, and watching him coach those St. Louis Rams teams, and those teams were amazing because I think he coached the greatest show on turf, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was the greatest show on turf coach, and the greatest show on turf was one of the most electrifying teams you could
Great.
watch.
You're
And they
absolutely
still only won 1 Super Bowl because somebody stopped him. Let me look in the right way. No, this way. Brady stopped them. That's bad. Bad Tom Brady. No. Go back.
How many times has he done that to people?
Hey,
Tom Brady.
let's all be 100% clear here. I was one of those Brady haters until he blessed my
He's lying.
squad.
He honestly is lying. He talked about Brady all the time at work. I just want you to know. He seriously is a Brady bandwagoner.
I hated him until he definitely came to the Bucs, and I was like, you know what? This just
I'll
seems
take
like
it.
a beautiful thing.
Right.
Why the heck not?
I'll
There's
definitely
another
take it.
name that I know you wanted Costco brand Tiki to be on here, but there's another name that should be on here. That's Devin Hester.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
fact that
Yes.
Devin Hester
Yes.
did not get into the Hall of Fame this year
Absolutely.
is a crime. He is the best returner ever to be in the game, and he deserves the respect of being in the Hall of Fame.
He does. You're absolutely
Now,
right.
do you think the reason they didn't make him a Hall of Famer, say out of like respectively and just for argument's sake, is because the Hall of Fame, like Canton, believes that they already have the best returner in Canton, in say like a Deion Sanders or somebody like that? Are they trying to like not overshadow a little bit of that? Maybe. What do you think?
Has Deion Sanders returned a touchdown and returned the opening kickoff in a Super Bowl back
That
for a
was so
touchone?
beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful.
That was amazing. You know,
It
he
was
is
Devin
not
Hester-
The fact that Rex Grossman then could do nothing with it.
Yeah, Rex
Oh, yeah.
sexy
Huh,
Rexy.
if only
And
there
it
was
rained.
a team after this that gave Rex Grossman the starting job. I wonder who did that.
Okay. Well, I don't know what happened to his camera, but we're here with the
He's
four of
lined
us here
up.
today.
What's going on, boys?
Let's go.
Sexy Rexy was great for us, all right?
Yeah,
Not
he
really,
wasn't
but
bad for them. Yeah.
He had some games. But look, yeah, to your point, I mean, absolutely, this list is absolutely amazing. Me, I'm like you. I'm a football buff, Colin. So my heart goes to the old Raiders. Cliff Branch, number 21.
Raiders.
You should take the top off the defense. There was a point for a lot of us, where even a thought where this guy was the epitome of the deep ball. You know, you hear the phrase "take the top off the defense." He was that guy. Al Davis, the late great Al Davis, always got these fast wide receivers, and Cliff Branch was the epitome of it. And I'm so glad he's finally getting in now. A number of Super Bowls, a great wide receiver, and I'm glad he's getting in. Also, going to shout out Bryant Young, a force of that defensive line for the 49ers in that 94 Super Bowl where they crushed the Chargers. Leroy Butler, definitely. Sam Mills. And I want us to talk about this. Sam Mills, for a lot of you guys that don't know, Sam Mills was a part of the Dome Patrol of the Saints of the late 80s with Pat Swilling, Vaughn Johnson, Sam Mills, and Rick Jackson. Yeah. Saints. I forgot the South is in here. I forgot.
He played for the Saints and the Panthers as well.
Oh, my God.
I accept Panther fans almost at this point before
Yeah.
I ever accept
Before the Saints, right?
Like, what is he doing right now? We skipped him for a reason.
No, he balled out. He's one of those true great linebackers, but he was under 6 foot. And that was a huge detriment. Everybody always talked about his size, but he was so solid. And I'm actually up here looking at the screen right now, and they're talking about all these different Packers and all these different players, and they're doing a Lambeau leap. So, yeah, go check the game out. But before you do that, come check us out.
Yeah,
Check out the punters. Because the Jaguars punters on the thing.
Statistics.
To your point about Devin Hester, I think, and we've talked about this many times, I think it's very difficult for specialists to get in there.
Yeah.
We're talking about Ray Guy is, one of the only punters. There's not very many kickers in there.
Kicker? Is one of the Anderson, Gary Anderson in it?
Jan Stenerud is in there.
Yeah.
I believe there's one other guy in there.
I think it's one
Vinatieri
of the
will
Andersons.
eventually.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people talk about, Vinatieri, who retired a year ago. Like, if he first ballot Hall of Famer,
Tucker will be there.
Yeah, this is interesting. But for specialists, it's very hard because I can tell you from Washington, Brian Mitchell. I know a lot of people that are not in Washington or NFC East. He was amazing. And actually, if you look at like all-time most yards, he's up there with the tops because all-purpose yards because he was so great. But
yeah, Morton Anderson's the other kicker.
Yeah, Morton Anderson, right. Yeah. But Mitchell wasn't flashy. And again, unless you knew the NFC East or knew the team, you really didn't know him because he wasn't dancing. He was in the same time as Deion. So everybody obviously focusing on that. So, but there's a number of guys that did not get in, and I think it's going to be interesting. It's going to be
Also, Mitchell is a bit overshadowed by Darryl Green because he was so soon recently with him, and Darryl Green was so good and so fast and for so long that he kind of overshadows what Mitchell did.
Oh yeah. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is definitely something we're going to keep our eyes on. We do have a couple, news here and there. I'm going to give my Steeler the floor, and I'm going to let Andrew come right after him to talk about the signing They finally got it. Deontay Johnson gets signed. How are you feeling about this? Colin, what you thinking, man?
I hate you, Christian Kirk. I hate you so much. I think Dylan hates you as much as I do.
Don't
Why
care.
did you do this to us? The Packers, Steelers, 49ers, everybody is mad at you right now. Christian Kirk.
We're not thrilled. We had to pay
Oh
Jerry
my-
Jefferson.
Yeah.
I
Terry
was
McLaurin.
stressing about this so much. I was like, okay, we're probably going to either trade him at the deadline if we're not doing too well. And I was like, okay, I've made my peace with that. But nope, we did it. 3 more years of Deontay Johnson. Feel great. I think the Steelers, again, he's a good receiver. He had 1,000-yard last year, Pro Bowl. He could be really good. We can get somebody besides the ghost of Ben Roethlisberger throwing him the ball. I think he could be a lot better. He's right now on a team loaded with a bunch of good young weapons. Some of them may have some issues that we need to work out, but they'll be fine. But yeah, we have a young offense. Deontay Johnson is the elder statesman of our offensive weapons, and he's like 24 or 23. He's not that old.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm happy with this. We also re-signed Boswell. We gave him Justin Tucker money, and I think that's fine because he is a really good kicker.
He's solid. Yeah.
Not a punter though, so I don't care.
Yeah, well, see, but
What
Andrew,
about
this-
Muscle?
who?
He has a nickname. Presley Harvin, our puncher, who is
yeah.
Who's
very
pretty?
jacked.
Yeah, but
He's
he's not
boomer
very
bust.
good.
He's the epitome of boomer bust. Every punch.
Completely. But Andrew, what are you thinking about this though? Is that, I mean, because we lost James Washington. We know they lost him to Dallas, and Dallas lost him for a good portion of the season.
Yeah.
You know about the moves. Juju's gone. So, I mean, is this going to help them? I mean, no, they don't have to worry about this now, but what are you thinking?
This now allows Kenny Pickett to know, and this is going to sound so weird, but for ownership purposes, for Mike Tomlin purposes, for the development of your quarterback purposes, he now, on paper, in his binder, in his notes, in everything that's provided to him, you have 2 number 1 wide receivers for the next 3 years. You have George Pickens and you have Deontay Johnson. Whether you have Chase Claypool or not, that's where the fun stuff comes in. And that's kind of where I think
Or
most
if
Steelers fans are
Pickens
on
does
board
not
with that.
get banned from the NFL before 3 years, because that's also very possible.
Wow.
I mean, anything. I mean, we've
Anything
seen
is
with this whole Deshaun Watson thing. Anything is really possible when it comes to these suspensions, right?
Yeah,
The wheel of punishment. Let's spin the wheel and see what it lands on.
And just see what happens.
But I can tell you right now, Claypool is not getting paid, obviously, by the Steelers. He might get a small little extension, but not in the way that obviously Deontay got it. They're just they got their running back, they got their quarterback, they have their 2 wide receivers. Their defense is absolutely stacked. Now they can just go let it develop. Now they can actually go into the draft and work on actual needs, and same thing in free agency. And Claypool's not going to go into that office now and hold them accountable for paying him stupid money or giving him a stupid contract. He's going to have to play it out and go get his mega millions somewhere else, which will probably be Seattle because that's closer to his hometown.
Yeah. The Steelers also pump out wide receivers like we're a factory. Like,
True.
wide receivers for the Steelers are one of the easiest things to replace. Like, even Calvin Austin, our like 4th round pick, is like super speedy, and he's looking like a great pickup. And
Out of Memphis,
he could come up and he could replace where Chase Claypool leaves the hole. I wouldn't really be that sad to see Claypool go. I mean, he's really replaceable.
I really do. Under the right system, he's going to be an absolute stud, and maybe the Steelers are just not the right system for him. I'm telling you right now.
Claypool?
I think he's a great wide receiver. I would take him in a heartbeat.
I think he's had to fix his mindset. He's way too cocky right now.
Yeah.
So I think if you can get someone that can fix his mindset, he could be a really good wide receiver.
Send him to the Patriots.
Let him go to the LA Chargers. Let him be the 3rd option on the LA Chargers for the money that he would probably want. Then all of a sudden their offense has got like 4 different targets too. So
Very true. Or let him go to Atlanta.
Oh, that'd be
Tank. Okay. What?
I mean, think about
That's
this
fine.
with Pitts, with London,
Colin.
Claypool.
Colin, I know my team's going to tank, but it's going to surprise you when yours tanks. Like, I know what's going to happen.
I mean,
I'm just saying.
we didn't need to tank.
The AFC North the only team with 4 Pro Bowl quarterbacks, like for each team. Each team is a Pro Bowl quarterback.
Yeah.
When did Mitch Trubisky make the pro? Did he really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
back in
Huh.
the good old days, and people
What?
voted for whoever.
For the Bears?
Good old
Yeah,
days.
win.
like,
Yeah,
I
right.
think 2018
Oh,
and
right.
2019.
But they went 10-6.
Yeah, the year they double doinked.
Yeah.
Double doink.
Oh, the great double doink.
The
Wow.
double dunk. That was a good spot. I didn't mind
Cody
that.
Parkey's
spread.
career with that.
Oh yeah.
No, Cody Parkey's now kicking for the Browns. He's decent.
He's still around. Good kickers. It's always good to have a kicker. We went through 4 last year. But
Oh,
I even
the
got a guy
second
named
round.
Blewett.
but look, hey,
Blewett.
speaking of a team that doesn't have any wide receivers, Dylan.
Washington.
Wow, really? Do we need to talk about our 3 wideouts right now? Don't come for me right now.
There's one for my team. I'm like, well, we got one. Like,
Right. What about a team that doesn't have any? What's going on? You have the ghost of Randall Cobb.
We have Alan Lazard, who's saying he's going to be the best wide receiver in the league. So
yeah, I know.
Sammy
That's
Watkins.
right.
No.
we have,
Anthony
Let's
said, yeah.
but what we do have is a quarterback who takes LSD apparently. Because
Oh,
that was the
Look,
headline today.
what?
Aaron Rodgers can just leave. Can we just trade him to somewhere? Can we
The
trade him
headline
to
is-
like the
But
CFL?
what's
what if
the
he
headline?
goes to Pittsburgh?
He can
Hold
just-
on.
No! Don't let Rodgers
He's
go to
coming.
Pittsburgh.
He's
Think of
coming.
this. Then you get the dilemma that I was in. Okay.
Coming to
When-
Steel City.
would you all of a sudden you get basically like 2 to 3 years of Aaron Rodgers that goes to Pittsburgh? And don't get me wrong, I'm just saying this right now. If Aaron Rodgers was the quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers, I'm gonna have to take this whole entire sheet of paper right here, throw it out because that's my whole season prediction, and that would be out the window. Pittsburgh ain't doing what I think they're doing if they got Aaron Rodgers for at least the next 3 years. But that's what I'm saying is you there, young man, would be, I know you're very upset right now and you're like, screw Aaron Rodgers. But if he put on that Pittsburgh Steelers jersey and for some odd reason you got Claypool for another 2 years at like $4.5-5 million just because he wants to play there, no Steeler fan would be pissed. They'd be like, let him do LSD.
Oh, yeah.
Hell,
They'll be
put it
excited.
in time.
It's called the Buccaneers effect. The Buccaneers effect.
Yeah.
Let him do it. Let him come here. Let him
Let him
win
do
the Super
whatever.
Bowl
Just
and
come
let
on.
him leave.
I hate him until he's on my team. It's fine. It's good. You know, it's good.
Yeah.
He's changed. He's changed.
See, this is why the wide receiver problem isn't going to be that bad because Aaron Rodgers doesn't know he's throwing to. He thinks he's throwing to like 6
Very
tigers and a monkey. But
Jordan-
really,
is
it's
that
throwing
Jordy
to
Nelson
stuff
all the way down there? Jordy, when did you get back? Hi, Jordy.
He's going to convince
Wow.
himself that Christian Watson's actually just Devontae Adams.
Oh, my
So-
goodness.
It's not going to actually matter.
Hey,
He's gonna lose his mind and call Aaron Jones James Starks.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. I'm excited to see what happens this year in the NFC. But honestly, look, let's go into it. All of us have different teams that are represented. So I'm going to kind of go around the board and see where we expect our team to go. And people could obviously say what they want to say. I'm going to start. I'm saying Washington goes 10-7. And I say we finish third, though. I say the Eagles and Cowboys are going for number 1, and we finish third. I think we go 10-7. I don't think we make the playoffs, but I think it's going to come down to that last week. And I'm gonna go down first. So, Colin, what about your Steelers? What are your thoughts?
All right. As much as I would love to put the Steelers in the playoffs and say, oh, they're going to be great, I don't think that's going to happen. I do think Mike Tomlin is going to continue his streak of not having a losing season. I think we finished third in the AFC North and going 9-8. I think we have a pretty good season. I think Mitch Trubisky plays the entire season as our starting quarterback, and we let Kenny Pickett develop.
Okay.
You never know, though. Apparently, if you let a quarterback sit for an entire season, he's now a bust. That's what I've learned from being a Packers fan.
Wow.
I mean, now
It's
we
in
let him
like
sit for
3
2 entire.
seasons.
It's in 2.
He's a bust,
Yeah.
though.
Anyway, yeah, we finished 9-8.
Until he comes in when Rodgers comes in and becomes Aaron Rodgers. Because if that happens, all the screenshots I had from people saying that Jordan Love's a bust Oh my! I'm gonna have so much fun with it. So I'm just
You can
praying
clip.
for
You
that.
can clip this moment right here. He's a bust. Okay, that was for you.
I'm about to have like a 3-hour-long slideshow of just everyone telling me that Jordan Love's a bust.
I can see
While,
you
while,
doing
he's,
that.
while he's
June
breaking
23rd,
single season
June
records.
I can see you doing that. I can see you doing that. All right, go ahead, Colin.
But yeah, the Steelers, they finished third in their division. We finished ahead of the Cleveland Browns, who implode without Deshaun Watson as their quarterback. Because what else do they got there? They have a great, everything is great, except for the quarterback. Your quarterback is either Josh Rosen or Jacoby Brissett. Neither one of those guys are going to win you games. Your offense is essentially Donovan Peoples-Jones, Nick Chubb, and Amari Cooper. Who knows if Amari Cooper is any good? Last year he was not very good. He got traded to the
1,000-yard
Browns.
season last year.
Yeah, and there's
He
two
was
other
still
teams
good.
in that
He just-
division. There's two other
was
teams
just-
in that division. One of which went to the Super Bowl.
They play the Bengals, the Ravens, and the Steelers.
Fun fact, actually. So apparently, Amari Cooper, because he came from Alabama, right? Pretty sure.
Mhm.
Did you know that
Mhm.
he's actually rated as the best wide receiver to come out of Alabama? Did you know that?
Yeah.
Really?
I can't name another receiver.
Well,
couldn't
I
name
can
another
name them, but they're all
receiver.
super young.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say I can name the 3 that came out last year and the 2 or 3 that came out the year before, but that's about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Devontae.
Oh,
Smith
and Julio
was one.
Jones. Julio Jones.
Julio Jones.
Julio
Yeah, he's better
Jones!
than Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
Julio
yeah,
Jones.
that's what I
Julio
would get.
Jones is better.
To Amari Cooper.
He was second. Really?
Yep. Yep.
Huh.
I don't know why,
Okay.
but it,
The Browns, they've reopened the factory of sadness. They've sent the only good quarterback they've had
Wow.
exile in Carolina.
yeah.
They got
They did do
Deshaun
that.
Watson, who will not play a down for them this season, and
No,
might
he
not even
probably
play a
will.
down for them next season.
You probably will because no one. The NFL, it's all about what the coin lands on. Because they flip
Oh,
a
yeah.
coin, either
The wheel
Either
of
you get
punishment.
suspended for a season, or
We'll see.
I don't know, just slap on a wrist. Don't
Yeah.
do it again.
Mr. Sean Spencer, can I go next? Got to run soon, actually.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. So,
Nothing to say.
boys, listen, I'm going to tell you a story, okay? I go to bed at night, and I dream. I dream of possibilities and endless wonders. And the ceiling of my dreams is a 9-8 season for the Atlanta Falcons, okay?
Stealing.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
But the realness of it all is I think that will probably go 6-11.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
I
I'm
like
gonna be-
it.
But I'm out, guys. I got to run. It's been a pleasure talking with all of you, and I guess I will see you all very soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you
Bye-bye.
so much, Kyle Yacey. Appreciate you, partner.
You guys.
Boom, boom. Yeah, buddy. So look, staying in that division, I'm coming right down to the guy who has the
NFC
goat.
South.
All right, the guy who has the goat. Oh, I hear about him again.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? I know on the other show the other day you called Super Bowl, maybe.
It's Super Bowl, baby.
Oh,
You see that? You see that thing right there? That's a Super Bowl
Woo!
puck right there. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I got one of those. They're nice.
Oh, I like that.
I like that. Listen, I do think it's going to be Super Bowl. The regular season record, it's going to be tough because I do see them going 0-4 to start the season. I could even see them like at best going 1-3. And everybody thinks I'm crazy for thinking that. They're like, we have one of the best teams assembled. I'm like, yeah, but it's going to need time to assemble.
Yep.
Like
jail.
that's always the way that it's been. It was a dang godsend that we got the first year and with everything that happened in the first year. I did not expect that. I figured lose in the playoffs and then get that anger to go and do it again. Just so happens that we won a Super Bowl and then we had our bad loss in the playoffs last year against the Rams, who went and put that bad taste in our mouth. Now Brady's like, everybody come down here.
Yeah.
Everybody get the hell down here. If we can make the money work,
Come
we're
here.
gonna make the money work. We'll
Let's do
make the big.
The cap is a lie.
Exactly.
Yeah,
The cap is
exactly.
a lie. Our owner
Exactly.
basically said we're going to sell all of Wembley Stadium if we have to. Like, who the hell cares?
You're
We're
right.
doing it. We'll make the biggest, sickest rings when we win too, just like everybody does. And
You weighing their hands down.
to be honest, though, I know a lot of people think that the NFC South is basically given to us. It's the same thing as us. Same thing with us in year one.
Yeah.
The Saints won that division. They
Yep.
barely won it, but they obviously had a good team. They had Sean Spencer, sorry.
Yes.
You know
I
who
did.
we're
I
talking
retired
about.
after that
There you
season,
go.
right?
Ah,
One of the greatest seasons of all time.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
that's
obviously,
some guy.
when when the coach left there, and now they got the new regime, I still think New Orleans is still looking pretty good. Obviously, they don't got Drew Brees, but they do got a younger version of a noodle arm in Jameis Winston, and he can actually get a little bit more yards than I think Drew Brees could at the end of his career. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Saints push us for that division at like 11-6 or even 10-7. I wouldn't be surprised if we go that low. But once we get into the playoffs, Brady is not going to lose. I think he's just got the targets now. As long as everyone's healthy and as long as everyone takes the pay cut, it's probably ours again. Then he's off in the sunset, and then Rodgers can have his 3 years of fame after that.
Yeah.
Now look, this is what I'll say.
Though,
Look, I'll let you go in a second. This is what I'll say. I don't care if he does all that. If he wins the Super Bowl, I'm fine. If I got to hear about it every other week, I'm fine. As long as when he retires this time,
he stays
He's gone.
you need to go. All right.
Please.
Hate him, bury him under cement. Just let him
Get
go.
out of here. Take care of your kids. All
Go
right, Tom,
away.
please.
Go on, bad man.
But yeah, definitely. I mean, look, with the talent, you already know what it is. The only, we already know the NFC is a lot weaker this year, and the big talent that we're all thinking it's going to be the Rams. That's going to be the rival. San Francisco's going to show up. We're going to see the Trey Lance, see if that works out this year. But there is one other guy out here. They say he's a bad man. He looks like he's a bad man. He's dealing with some stuff because the way he came into training camp, he was looking funky. What's up with your quarterback?
Well, he
Dylan?
always is looking funky at the beginning of training camp.
He looks like Nick Cage from Con Air.
I
It's
remember. It's when 2 years ago he
You mean
came in
like
looking
this?
Yeah.
Hold on, wait. I can do that too.
Okay. Yeah, he's got
There we
way
go.
better. There it is.
Yo, we got two
That's
legs of
awesome.
a rock band down here, man. I can't do any of that. So I'm
Right,
just
my
gonna-
apologies.
I
I
can't
didn't mean to
either.
interrupt. I'm sorry.
Right.
We just let
We
that
have to
flow
give
go.
our-
Sorry about
You
that.
gotta let it flow. You had a moment
Really
there. I like that.
challenging.
There we go. Go ahead, Dylan.
So first, I want to talk about. I think the Saints are especially going to struggle out the gate because Alvin Kamara is going to be suspended for I don't know
yeah,
between
very true.
2 to the whole
Has
season
to be,
because
has to be.
NFL is
Wheel
like
of
3 games for the whole
punishment!
season.
Right. We'll see.
But because he did beat someone unconscious in Las Vegas because that's apparently what you do in Las Vegas is you commit
It was
crimes.
a good idea to give Las Vegas anything related to the NFL. Those two things don't go well together.
You
But-
have a point. Go ahead.
But now so Aaron Rodgers coming in, still on his MVP form. Still, even if he gets injured, we got the best backup quarterback in the league, Jordan Love. Guaranteed best backup quarterback in the league because
Not happening.
you can't prove me wrong because he hasn't done anything yet.
Oh,
So
He played the Chiefs.
the logic.
What?
No.
it's my favorite logic. The whole hey, I mean you can't say he's bad because you haven't seen him yet. That's just because he can't say he's good does not mean he can't say he's bad.
Now, when Janae says that bad man, she's talking about he's bad. Like, not bad, like Aaron Rodgers. Love is bad.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
It's
tell me
very
otherwise.
possible,
But
but it's
what I've
not.
seen, go ahead.
Yeah.
So that's it.
As far as the comparison, when we talk about Favre to Rodgers, they knew Rodgers was solid coming out of college. That was a big deal on draft day when he got drafted so low. But on the flip side, Love, I mean, I didn't
He
watch a
traded
lot of
up
tape on
to
him.
get him.
Love, I just don't think is like if this was Trey Lance, in my opinion. And guys, talk to me. I mean, if you think differently, let me know.
I will.
if
The
this
reason
is
why we
Love-
drafted Jordan Love is because at Utah State, where you played college, you had some plumbers at wide receiver, man.
Yeah.
So he fits right in with the Packers.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
So he's so used to playing with no wide receivers that he can come in, fit right into the system where
He'll
we
be
got some
fine.
random guys.
Well,
Right.
welcome to Green Bay system. Yeah.
Right.
Welcome to Green Bay, necromancing weird wide receivers since 2012.
And no,
you make the wide receivers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We are the
with
wide receiver
Packers.
factory. They are the graveyard of wide receivers.
No, we
God.
make the second round wide receivers become the greatest of all time with Devontae
Shit.
Adams, with Jordy
Mm.
Nelson, with Randall
Yep.
Cobb, with
Smith-Schuster,
I think Donald Driver.
George Pickens.
You can't say players that haven't played yet.
Have
Oh,
you seen
Christian
that
Watson. Oh, let's go, Christian. He's gonna be a baller. You can't say
Romeo Dubs, man.
Yeah.
Everything
I
hearing
will
about
say my bold
Dubs.
prediction is that at the end of the season we will be saying Romeo Dubs the clear number 1 wide receiver there.
Woo.
I would say he's gonna be better
I like
than
that.
Watson. I think Watson's gonna be our MVS, and I think Lazard. I mean, he's gonna fill his red zone threat and his blocking. But I think
Yeah.
Romeo Dubs comes out to be the best wide receiver out of the
Oh,
whole
wow.
Packers.
Wow.
I like
I can
that.
dig it. So we know about your defense. We know that you got some solid pieces in the draft. What are your predictions? What do you think you guys are going to do this year?
I think we're still gonna be around where we were the past couple of years. I think we carry on our things of winning 13 games and losing in the playoffs, of going 13-4. And I think we lose the conference championship this time. We make it back, but probably we lose to the conference championship because we're never making the Super Bowl again, apparently.
Oh,
To the Rams. I have you
No,
losing to the
again.
Rams in the conference championship.
I will say we guarantee have 2 free wins because the Bears are gonna go 0-17 this season.
Yeah.
wow.
I agree.
Really?
I agree.
For
I've heard a lot
what
of
we
talk
do
about that.
for the Sunday shows this season, I will guarantee you whenever we do our predictions, I will guarantee you I pick against the Bears every single time.
Oh my goodness. We'll see. We'll see what happens. You know, Mr. Nick, I want the smoke is gonna come after you for that.
Yeah.
We shall see. We shall definitely see. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if y'all know, but football is back. Cole Holcomb, tell him what's up, man.
Football! I'm so taut! Oh!
My
Man, he's
guy.
really hyping up all
Let's
4
go.
people there at training camp.
Look,
That's
look
right.
at all
That's
of our
right.
fans.
That's right. Yeah, we ready to go. We ready. I can't wait.
all
man. I can't
all
wait
4
to see.
fans. Let's
We gonna
go.
see.
500
we gonna see.
tickets to our stadium week 1.
Oh, we gonna see.
We're gonna
Actually,
look like
we-
the Oakland
our-
A's.
You know what the funny thing is? We are the most fan-friendly stadium in the league. I don't know if y'all know, but
Yeah,
when,
because
You're
they
not
can't
wrong.
sell tickets.
Other
They
te-
sell for $6.
no, they sell for high, but I'm taking other teams just populate our stadium like it's nobody's business. I
Yeah.
went to the opener a year ago when they played the Chargers, and the whole stadium was blue. It was
What?
all
Yeah,
blue
I
and
was-
gold. Yeah.
The last time, because I'm gonna go to the Commanders Packers game this season because
too.
Yeah.
around
We're
there.
going as a duo.
It's gonna be interesting, man. It's
But
gonna be, we
I
might
remember
have
the
some sideline
last
reporters.
time the Packers watched it play down here. I remember
Yeah.
it was all Packers fans.
All Green Bay.
Yeah.
All Green
Yeah.
Bay.
And it was the prime
Green
time game
Bay-
as well, so it's
Green Bay
big
fans
game.
travel well.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I also
Absolutely.
remember that game. Was it Rob Kelly? Yeah, it was big Rob Kelly who ran for 200 yards against us.
Yep.
Which is the most Packers run defense thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, pretty
Now,
much.
Shout out
if
to
I'm not
Whitney. Go, Pack,
mistaken,
go.
Isn't the city of like Green Bay, say only like 100 or 200,000 people, and then it grows to be something close to 1 million for around football season?
Yeah.
Like just with it, is that
Yeah.
like?
People who live in Green Bay rent out their stadiums for tailgating. Or not their
Oh,
stadiums,
wow.
their houses.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the
Okay.
whole thing. You can just go live in someone's house and tailgate with them, and then go to the
Airbnb.
game. Because there's no hotels in Green Bay. So what are you supposed to do if you want to go to a Green Bay game?
Wow, I did not know that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there's
That-
no hotels there. You have to Airbnb
Wow.
it.
What
Not- or
happened
not
before Air?
It's not even
Yeah,
Airbnb,
right.
It's just Packers fans will give you they'll
Yeah.
have the next room in their house and they'll give you and then they'll take you to a tailgate with them.
Well, and I guess it would kind of make sense, Sean, because I don't know if you've watched the
The most Midwest thing ever.
if you've watched the Pat McAfee show before, where they talk with Ty Schmidt about trying to get there and stuff like that, and he's just like, how you can't get season tickets, basically, like because they're not available.
Yeah.
Like, you have to basically live in the area code, so that kind of makes sense. People probably
Yeah.
got to like stay in a hotel like an hour away, like in what was that, Milwaukee or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing. I love that.
Oh man. And I mean, look, this is also the same franchise that has its fans could be part owners of the franchise.
Dylan will become a part owner when he turns 18.
Oh, I was about to say, I know that's coming pretty soon.
The pack. If you wanted to buy season tickets for the Packers right now, you have to wait about 120 years to get them.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that's crazy.
And that's the reason why the Packers do what they do in, say, the draft and everything. When they draft Jordan Love and everyone's like, why are you grabbing a quarterback while we still have Rodgers for 4 years?
Right.
Because we have to.
Right.
It's not
Absolutely.
because we want
Because
to.
nobody wants to come to play here.
We have to do it. We have to force them to love the area, fall in love with Green Bay, like Brett Favre did. Why do you think he only went to Minnesota and New York? He never went to the hot places after he was done with Green Bay. He was like, nah,
Went to
I'm staying.
Mississippi. I remember that.
No, I mean, yeah. But,
Ole Miss. This guy, Southern Miss.
It's going to be interesting to see like what happens with Rodgers after this year, because if he does not stay, like if he just retires or he does force his hands out and stuff like that, which I don't necessarily think
I think he's gonna retire. Probably end of not this season.
There's nowhere left
end
for
of
him to
next
go.
season, I think will be his last year.
Well, he wants the. I would want the same thing that Brady has. You know what I mean? Just give me one little red carpet way to the Super Bowl, and the only thing that he's probably waiting for is Brady to retire.
Yeah. I mean, because the Packers finally have a defense now, because they've never had defense. Now we probably have top 10 defense at least, maybe top 5, with probably the best, besides the Bills, probably the best secondary in the league.
You had, if you count down some of the top greatest single season defenses of all time, your 62 or 64 defense is up there when you won that Super Bowl back in the day.
With Ray Nitschke,
Yeah. If they're like Aaron Rodgers, he's obviously the great one and stuff like that. But if they won it this year, I wouldn't obviously be surprised, because when you let 2 guys walk in free agency and you can replace them with 2 of the 5 best players out of the national title winning championship team, that's a damn good thing. Like the Packers defense is stupidly scary this year. And I thought like the Rams and the Buccaneers were going to be competitive. It's like, I don't want any part of Green Bay in the defense if they're all hungry for it. No, thank you.
Especially with Rashawn Gary as well, who's finally getting a starting. He got double-digit sacks last year, and he didn't even start.
I know.
He's so good. He's probably the most underrated edge rusher in the league. He's so good, but no one talks about him because he had Za'Darius and Preston Smith last year. But he can play D tackle at he's barely with anything. He can play D tackle. He can play edge rusher. He can play normal defensive end. He can even drop out for run defense, play off ball. He's definitely a top 3 player on the Packers defense right now, and that's with Jair, Kenny Clark, Adrian Amos, all of those people. And he's still probably one of the top players on that defense.
And he was starting to do something like what Isaiah Simmons was doing in high school. Derwin James was kind of doing a little bit. The Kyle Hamilton, what he got drafted for, is if you can literally go and play every single position that we need, whether it just be for one play, that if you're dedicated an edge and I need you to go cover a wide receiver like as a number 1, and it's for one play, you can do it.
He can, because he runs like a 4. He runs like a 4.40 as an edge rusher.
There's a reason why the Buccaneers drafted Devin White, because they knew he could compete with some of those wide receivers. Like the NFL defenses nowadays are getting pretty crazy, and that's why I like the Green Bay Packers defense and the Arizona Cardinals defense, and even like what the Chargers going on too.
Yeah,
because they just got ballers that can do different positions at different positions. So
absolutely. So for those of you watching us, we appreciate you watching us. Those of you watching the Hall of Fame game, it just ended the 3rd quarter. The Raiders are up 20-3.
Jaguars finally scored.
They actually just had the Jags return a punt for a touchdown, but got called back because of holding.
Yeah.
So that's how the 3rd quarter comes to an end. The 4th quarter is on its way. Look, ladies and gentlemen, we are so glad that you came here to join us. This was not scripted. This was just football is back. And I know the people that I have on here would love to talk about it. So this is what we're doing. We're here to talk about it. Anthony was in the background, but I think he might be with his wife. He just got off his show, and we'll talk about all the shows that are coming. But before we do, tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, there is a special show coming out. My guy, Mr. Andrew Faubert, North Sports Dynasty's coming. and he's got some big news for y'all tomorrow. Definitely stay tuned. But what you got for us, man? What's on the agenda tomorrow, man?
Well, I definitely got Sid Swinton coming in to help with another mock draft since he obviously is killing it, and he seems to be the only one that can really top me when I get into these mock drafts and everybody's voting for his team. So now that's a little bit more of a push for me to do. Kyle is going to be possibly popping in there. We might have another person, but the big guest, not going to be able to stay on this show because we're going to have to keep that obviously a secret. But oh my God, this has been a long time coming, and this is going to be a fun one. So I'm not even going to put it in the title. Everybody's just going to have to tune in. Person's got their own intro and everything. So tune in tomorrow, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. That's 9 p.m. Eastern Time to North Sports Dynasty, where I'm going to be talking the Buccaneers, obviously, because that's what we do, because we got to start off with the real Buck talk, because we only have this dynasty for a little while longer. And then, of course, we're going to be talking some of the mock draft, and we're going to be talking about a different team after that. So stay tuned to find out what team we're talking.
Wee! Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I cannot wait. Oh, hey, Kristen K. McCullough. Oh, she's watching you guys. One of the old teachers for you guys. For those of you that don't know, the Walsh boys, both were in my fiance's classroom at one time or another. Miss Catherine Hughes was their teacher, and that's actually how I got set up with these guys. And these guys are my little encyclopedias. These guys know the game sometimes in some ways better than maybe myself. So I always have them. And as you've also seen, they're not shy when it comes to, hitting them bringing them jabs in there, Yeah.
Commies.
But look, Andrew, this one right here is being nice today. All right, this one, I normally take him out a couple times a show.
I've seen, and to be honest with you, Dylan, there, I'd love to have both of you guys on the show as well at North Sports Dynasty to talk your Steelers and your Packers, because you guys got some of the original teams and you guys are knowledgeable, and it's good to see some knowledge still existing out there in a world that's a little bit crazy and a little bit more basketball-esque nowadays. It's hard to find some young football talent out there. So props to you guys. And yeah, I've seen you especially on a few shows. I know what you're all about there sometimes. So
he just needs momentum.
Well, I'm waiting for the Dan Snyder stuff to drop, because whenever that happens.
Okay.
My God.
All right. He's got to get off the show. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna
Back to bedtime.
Dan Snyder, it's going to be so fun when that happens. They finally release it.
Yo, stay tuned. Let's Talk Football Sunday, where my guy down here is going to show up. Mr. Andrew Faubert and Mr. Colin Walsh will definitely be with us throughout the year, talking Pittsburgh, talking North Sports Dynasty, Buccaneers, Tom Brady, the whole nine. And you know where I'll be. I'll always be in your face, because that's the place I like to be. And as long as Miss Catherine Hughes allows me to be on here, we're going to still be on here. But once my producer says it's time to go, it's time to go. And right now, it's that time, ladies and gentlemen. For me, Sean Spencer, Mr. North Sports Dynasty, Andrew Faubert, Colin Walsh down there, and Dylan Walsh. Appreciate you being with us. We're going to take you out with all the shows and things we got going on. Hope you guys can stay tuned. It's going to be a fun fall. Let's go, baby.
Everybody.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I am Janae Strother.
I'm Sean Spencer.
We are back.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen.
I gotta go out and hold up.
Come on. The Lions. The Lions. New music, so funny. Kirk Cousins. Woo!
All right.